I guess we'll start with the third child of this discussion. So the next speaker is Fabio Ruffino, who is from the land. So the title of the talk is Free with an Mountain Energy Orientation. So thanks for the opportunity of the talk. And we discuss some topics about the geometrical method, let's say, of the energy framework model. In particular, I work in the context of type 2 theory, A or B, and I work within the framework of the geometry of gears, so connection. And in particular, usually in this framework, the field is thought of as a connection on the level of the bulk space-time, while in the most common feature, the field is a connection on field bundle on the framework. Actually, this is the most common case, but it is not the most general. It is not the most general in the sense that in order to describe in the general case the measure of the field, one can consider a joint description of the field and the field. In particular, there is a global Washington anomaly, which is called free-Witten anomaly. Because of this anomaly, the Washington action is not always well defined. Sometimes it's an anomaly. And the A field and the B field, in certain sense, may be viewed as interacting in order to compensate when it is possible this anomaly. When this interaction is not possible, the anomaly does not come. From this interaction, we see that under suitable common hypothesis, the field is a connection on a canonical field bundle, but in general, we have less information than a complete field theory as this kind of, let's say, geometrical. So in particular, I make a brief review of the anomaly and the connection. We know that the Washington action contains these terms. We have other terms plus the integral of the B field on the worksheet, where the field is pulled back via the map which sends the worksheet on the space-time. We have the integral of the A field on the boundary, and then we have the varying integral of the Dirac operator, covering the tangent bundle of the space-time via the map, sending the worksheet the trajectory map of the space. When the string is closed, there are no problems. When it opens, instead when the string is open, there are some problems. In particular, when we consider the integral measure, the exponential of the action of the integral of the B field is actually the holonomy of the B field disturbance within this framework, which is the holonomy of a job of an open space. And this is in general not well defined as a number. This is just a section of a line bundle, as I will recall in more detail in the following. Even the exponential of the Berezin integral is the function of the Dirac operator. In general, it is not a number, it is a section of a line bundle. Then the term of the exponential of the field should be well defined in itself when the field is a connection on a boundary, because the boundary of the worksheet is fully closed. But in general, it is, in a certain sense, can be seen to be a compensation of the problems of the other two terms in order to make them well defined. Now I will describe in more detail what that means. Briefly call a couple of notions about the gears and bundles with connection. Let us consider the following context of sheaves, where U1 is the sheaf of functions with values in the group U1, while omega1R is the sheaf of real one forms. This complex is extended trivially with zeros on left and right. The group of line bundles with connection on a space X is isomorphic canonically to the first hypercohomology group of this complex. In particular, we consider the associated total complex, which has the check boundary on the horizontal rows and the boundary of the original complex on the vertical one. And then we consider the first cohomology group of the associated total complex. This way, the one cosines are given by local one forms, which are the potentials, and U1 valued functions on the double intersections, the open set of the cores, which are the transition functions of the one can see that for cycle condition, in particular the condition which makes this direct connection on the line bundle, while the co-boundaries are the possible representation of the pure gauge, that is of the trivial bundle with trivial condition. Therefore, the hypercohomology group is exactly the group of line bundle connection. For GERBs, we don't have a more global geometric view. One should use other defined instruments. But here we can just think by analogy with the case of line bundles. So we just consider a longer complex. We consider it in two forms. And we define a geometric connection as the second hypercohomology group of this complex. This means that in order to give a geometric connection, we give local two forms, for example, the median potentials, one form on the intersections, and the U1 valued functions on the primary intersection, so double intersection. These functions give a topological sense. Now, the problem is that let us consider a connection on a complex line bundle. When we have a curve on the base, the holonomy is in general a linear function, parallel transport. It's a linear function from the fiber in the first point to the fiber in the ending point. When the curve is closed, these two fibers coincide, and therefore the holonomy is a well-defined number. But in general, it's not. In general, it's the coordinate is a section of the line bundle of the space of open. Because in general, the isomorphism of two complex lines which are not canonically equal or which are not equal is not canonically equal. Okay, one can describe the bundle, which is not very important. The important thing is that instead only in the special case of trivial bundle, instead, if we choose a trivialization, in particular we have a way to identify for the reach point, and in this case, there we can restore the holonomy as a well-defined function via this trivialization. But this happens only for trivial bundles with a fixed trivialization, in particular the number depends strongly on the trivialization. By analogy, the same happens for GERBs. By analogy, the same thing raising by 1 degree in cohomology. In particular, if we consider a closed surface, we can define the holonomy as well as the exponential Wilson loop, where instead of integrating the connections on pieces of the curve, we integrate the diffusion triangles, and then the one forms on the edges, and the transition functions on the vertices. In this way, we define the holonomy as an number. Instead, when we have an open surface, the holonomy is just a section, or it can be defined as a section of the line bundle over the space of maps from the surface to X, which is not possible to give canonically as a number in general. Only when the germ is trivial, analogous as happens for line bundles, if we fix the realization, we make a realization, so we have to fix it. In this case, we find the holonomy. When we have a germ which is symmetrically triggered, we need trivial germ with trivial connection, we can find the canonical realization up to a constant, exactly as for line bundles. If you have a trivial line bundle with a trivial connection, you can choose a global parallel section, which is well defined up to a global number. In this case, the same happens for GERBs. Okay, so I briefly recall what I said at the beginning. We have the Cauchy action for open strings. And we remember, now we have seen that the holonomy of the diffusion is not in general well defined as a number, and like this. And so now I explain more details of this in order to arrive to the description of the issue. In particular, the exponential of the field is a section of the line bundle over the space of maps on the worksheet space-time, which sends the boundary to the fixed fibrine. Now we are considering a type 2 superstring background with fixed fibrine for volume. I put it the function of the Dirac operator, the exponential of the Valentin integral, is also a section of a bundle over the same space, which is actually determined by a flat germ, which is on the Bohr volume, which has the third subclass W3 for the Bohr volume, the third integral Stiefel-Wilson class, and the holonomy W2, the second Stiefel-Wilson class. Since it is flat because the first subclass is torsion and the Bohr is 0, the holonomy is quantized, so it can be defined as a homology class, valuing the constant shift 1. Therefore, since we have these two gerbs, we have seen that for open strings, in general, for open source, the autonomy is well defined only for trivial gerbs with a fixed intermediation. First of all, the gerb must be free. Since we have these two gerbs, we have, in order to have a well-defined action, we have to trivialize the total gerb, which is the tensor product of the gerb causing the PK restricted to the volume, and the W3 gerb, the spin C gerb, which is the one determining the Fabio section of the line of a line boundary. And therefore, it must happen that the sum of the two furniture classes, which are W3 and the integral class of the class restricted to the volume, must vanish. This is the statement of primitive. So what happens concretely for the Brain Gates theory is this picture. We can consider the following situation. On the brain, we consider the space-time germ restricted to the brain, and we represent it as a two hyperhomology class. So we have transition functions in the double intersection, one form and two forms, and the hyperhomology class describes the. Now what happens that we have that the function of the Dirac operator calculates the flat germ. So when a flat germ can be represented with the following hypercycle. Theta, I write as determinant one, where the class is equal to W2 of 1 as an element of the homology class with value the constancy V1, now constant. Therefore, in this case, if we represent the germ in this way, we have this representation of the function. If we multiply it by a germ represented in this form, we obtain a trivial and trivialized germ because we represent each trivial transition functions. And therefore, we have a globally defined form which is the plus. That's the situation. So in particular, what happens is that starting from the little germ, since we have this picture, we need a sort of reparameterization. That means we have that the check boundary of the A field of Doppler's local forms and the local transition functions must provide a change of coordinate which, starting from the germ of the field as it is represented, if you multiply this cocycle by this cocycle, you obtain exactly the cocycle you need in order to get the well-defined relation. I will say again. Start from the generic integer. If we multiply this by and this is section alpha, we get exactly. This is the role of the A field, which should give this reparameterization, which is just a reparameterization of the germ, so that multiplying if we rewrite the field in this way, we multiply by the pattern of the Dirac operator, which is always represented in this way, and we obtain a trivialized germ. And now the autonomy is well defined because we have three in the germ and the globally defined for H in R. So what happens? We need this kind of reparameterization in general. But this, as you can see, the value of B, F is BA alpha, so the value of F depends on what we're choosing. Only B plus F is gauging value, this is well known fact. general, F depends on the gauge choice for the field. So in the most generic case, we don't neither have a canonical gauge theory in the volume. We just have a different gauge theory for every different gauge choice of the field. Instead, only when the H flux has a differential form, not as an integral flux, just as a smooth real form, is zero on the differential volume, then in this case we have a flat germ. So this germ can be canonically represented setting the connection to zero. That into vector bundles, if you have a connection on a line bundle, you can choose constant transition functions and represent it with constant functions and zero local potentials because it is flat. The same thing can be done here in this case. Therefore, what happens? And when the alone is zero, we have the canonical choice 1, 0, 0 as for a trivial bundle with trivial connection. Therefore, in general, when we have a spin for volume W20 and a trivial germ on the volume, we can canonically represent the field as 1, 0, 0, and therefore the H field satisfies the condition in order to have a canonical gauge theory. But in general, it's more complicated. When the alone is equal to W2 but they are not zero, we have an eta coefficient, sorry, there is a gamma missing, which is canonically, it is not canonically 1, and therefore you have a freedom of the choice of these transition functions within constant 1. Therefore, we miss the torsion part. And for example, we miss the information corresponding to the Aharonov-Bohm effect in electromagnetism, the flat part of the connection, which is not right on the field, but on the point on the left. For a generic holonomy, instead, we can just choose alpha, beta, gamma corresponding to the holonomy, but which is not in general zero for W2. And therefore, the condition of this field is this. The transition functions are not closed, but they close only up to constant ones. Therefore, we obtain a bundle which is not a real bundle because the transition functions does not satisfy the cycle condition, but only up to constant ones. And this can be seen as a sort of bundle whose Fersen class is not integral. What does this mean? That for a bundle, we use this exact sequence. We compute the one homology here, we obtain vector bundles. The box-type map gives two integral class, which is the first class. In general, for bundles we close only up to constant functions. We can use this sequence. And in this case, the box-type map is a real integral class. We can give a sort of geometric interpretation. So in general, we have a canonical gauge theory only for spin Bohr volume and H flux, which as a differential form is zero of the Bohr volume. If we have not this condition, for a general Bohr volume which is not spin, and for an H flux which is not zero as a single differential form, in general we cannot get the gauge theory. In general, we have just last gauge transformations. If the H flux is zero, in general we have a bundle which is not integral in the sense that before, so it is not a real bundle. When the holonomy is equal to W2, we recover a canonical bundle, but we don't have information about the torsion part. Only when the Bohr volume is spin and the H flux is zero on the Bohr volume, we recover the full gauge theory. In the non-abelian case, with last thing I say, we have the following picture. We have the non-abelian with loop. The situation is the same, but now these transition functions are 2 and 3, and so their boundary must lie in the same, must live in the center, which is U1, but it means that this element is not necessarily trivial in U1 homology. So we have the same condition. The A field is a connection now in the twisted bundle, which closes only up to U1 function, and we can describe it as a connection on a twisted bundle. That means a bundle topologically can be twisted with respect to a two-cycle. Twisted bundle with connection can be twisted with respect to a two-hybrid cycle. So we have the same picture as in the abelian case, as the same reason. But we have a condition more. We have a twisting class, which can be any torsion class. So the H flux, the first class of the diffuser plus the twisting class must be equal to W. The twisting class can be any torsion class. So if for any torsion class, if a volume is such that the H flux is given the form, so the Ger distortion, it is always possible to find an anomalous H theory, but sometimes there's constraint on the rank. If this is not true, we must have an higher rank H theory. And the classification then is analogous to the Median case, but there this possibility works, which implies that the holonomy is not necessarily an holonomy of a Ger whose Bergson class is W3, but can be a generic holonomy. But then the situation is the same. We recover a higher dimensional on a Median H theory only when the brane is thin and the holonomy is equal to 0. The holonomy of the AFD field restricted to the different volume. Any question for Fabio?
Yeah. So what's the, do you know the physical reason why it's hypercohomology and not ordinary cohomology we have to use? Why hyper?
Why is not hyper means that you put the connection. If you use ordinary cohomology, you don't have connection. If you have only the topological bundle, that into the Dirac monopoly. And if you have the gauge bundle, you need no information. If you want to put the electromagnetic flux F, this is just a curvature form. If you want to put the connection, you need hypercohomology because at the quantum level, at least semi-classical, you have an information walking to the Aronoff Bohm effect. No? You have zero field, but you have a phase, non-trivial. This information void is encoded in the connection, which is physically expressed by the local potentials A nu and the transition functions. This complete information with the field, which in this case is the H flux in the electromagnetic present, plus the quantum effect thing to Aronoff Bohm is hypercohomology. So this is the reason.
So hypercohomology is the same as the Shiger silence thereafter.
It's a canonical isomorphic. This is another mathematical way to obtain the same rules. Yes?
Could you remind me what the twisting class was?
Twisting class is when you have an hydrogen theory, right? You can have the transition functions satisfy this condition. Identity where this is UN while Z belongs to U1. You can prove that this must be closed in the two homology, and therefore this graph is the twisting class. And it must be torsion, and vice versa, you prove that for any torsion class, for any representative of any torsion class, there exists at least one twisting number. But it must be torsion. This is was another question.
In the short exact sequence you mentioned, in the non-integral line bundles, for the non-integral line bundles, I didn't understand what you mean by error mod error.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
And this is underlined R, the same as one here in Q1.
Yeah.
Underlined means the shift of function with value.
Yeah. I mean the second.
Yes, it means the quotient shift.
Yeah.
The shift of functions with value is 1 up to constant ones. The constant ones you set to 0, the quotient 1.
Okay.
In this case, here you have the kernel of the graph is made by integral. Here there is finite. Here any constant number, because by trivially I quotient the constant ones. In this way, if you take this picture, but now all abelian, so this must be trivial, but constant. In this case, you can get a priori a trivial number, which is a sort of Bergson graph of a non-integral bundle, which is actually a trivialization of a trivial mathematically. Just a quotient sheet. Okay, so I think we can stand. Thank you again.